How about some YouTube ads? Let's get started. Buenos dias, happy Sunday. Hello, happy new week of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's true. Sometimes you could really be in the moment and just express the universe and all its mysteries. And even if those moments, sometimes the record button isn't recording. So, while as disappointed as I am, as well as you are, in what the final result was, I wanted to leave that up just to go and show that, yeah, these things happen. And only the most depressing part of that universe is the fact that the U.S. government, only the I and the U.S. government knows what was said last night, and yeah, feels like a lost media. But hey, kind of on point for what we're doing today, and for that, I welcome you, and I say hello, and I say thank you. And we go forward with a little bit of fun. So here to be cool, here to learn a little bit about what's happening in our universe, and here to celebrate the beauty of music that is shared. So with all that being said, it is your boys, Okami Sausage, To, EXP 66, wishing you a buenos dias and an awesome forward. So hey, let's go ahead and get copyrighted, why don't we?
Overburdened team.
God damn it! I love you. That's why we're committed to this bit. By the way, this is part of the universe now. So it reminds me very much of the Black Mirror episode. Getting your fish tanks, now you only get in your nightdress. Talk nothing, not a niceness. Land of the coming crisis. Everything is older than a black hole. Nothing seems pretty as a pastel. That Bloody Mary's like in a Tabasco. Remember when you used to be a rascal? All the boys are slang. The best you ever had, best you ever had is just old memory and those dreams. And that's stuff as they seem, and that's stuff as they seem. My love, will you dream? Oh, flicking through little books, all the boys were all electric. That was gonna tell him, gotta get him. Guessing that you'd rather just forget it. Clinging to the past, that's mental. Said she wasn't going, but she went still. Likes her gentlemen, and not to be gentle. Was a Mechadabra and a Benzo. All the boys are slang. The best you ever had, best you ever had. It's just a memory and those dreams. And that's stuff as they see, and that's stuff as they see. My love, when you dream them, oh, oh, oh. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Falling homebound, you took a left, the last left lane. We're just sounding itself, but you're not coming back again. could laugh a last laugh lane. You were just a sounding hits hell, but you're not coming back again. You used to get in your fishnets, now you only get in your night dress. Start out of naughty, nice and niceness, not in a very common crisis. Everything is rolled in a black hole, nothing seems as pretty as the past though. When Bloody Mary's lacking in Tabasco, remember when you used to be a rascal. Do it, beat him. Yeah. Okay, why not? It's some Arctic Monkeys for you, because I really, really love ice. Cold never bothered him anyway. Okay, let's check what's capo. Capo first fret. Yes. Okay, okay. He's getting very experimental today, because apparently that's what summer does to a human body. But, see if it works out. Let's just have some fun. This is old man song. New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate covered candy hearts to give away. No first of spring, no song to sing, and I cannot just hear an ordinary day. No April rain, no flowers bloom, no wedding Saturday with a month of June. What it is something true, made up of these three words that I must say to you. I just got to say I love you, and I just got to say how much I care. I just got to say I love you, and I mean the bottom of my heart, just like Christmas, summer's eye, warm July, no harvest moon to light one tender August night, no autumn breeze, and no falling leaves, and not even time for birds to fly to southern skies, no Libra sun, Halloween, no giving thanks to all the Christmas joy you bring. Told you you'd get there. But what it is that through all to fill your heart like those three words could ever do. Oh, this is fun. I just come to say I love you. I just come to say how much I care. I just come to say I love you, and I come from the bottom of my heart. I just come to say I love you. I just come to say how much I care. I just come to say I love you, and I mean the bottom of my heart. Of my heart. That's called an old man song because that reminds me of my old man to a T. So hey, why not? Because yes, did you know I'm also disappointed in that Batman Crepe Crusader review? How disappointed? Made me think of a little movie called Batman Forever. I still don't think I know how to play this, but alright. I'm loose. Ah, 行きましょう. We're having fun out here. Used to be a great tower along the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. That's what I thought. Love remains a drug that's high on the bill. We know what it shows. And the night, Jesus, as you shine can be seen. Let's go. Baby, I compare your kiss from the rose and the gray. Oh, I've got the pleasure that feels in the air. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the gray. See, he does this thing where he likes it really short and those last three chords, and I get why he does that. Also, it's a nice move for guitarists. So much a man can tell you if they can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me, you're like a growing addiction I can't deny. Won't you tell me it's healthy, baby? But that you know, when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen. Baby, and I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. The more I get of you, the feels on me now. Now that your rose is a bloom, a light hits the gloom on the gray. Bueno. He really called me out. I said, alright, bet. Vámonos. I've been kissed by the rose on the grave. I've been kissed by the rose on the grave. Been kissed by the rose on the grave. Been kissed by the rose. So much a man can tell you, he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. To me, you're an addiction I can't deny. Won't you tell me that it's healthy, baby? But you know, when it snows, my eyes become larger than the light that you shine can be seen. Baby, I compare your kiss from the rose on the gray. The more I get of you, the just feels you. Yeah, now Now that your rose is in bloom, the light hits the gloom on the grave. To a summer rose on the grave, that your flame will break. Now that your rose is in bloom, the light hits the gloom on the grave. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. I was inspired by Hadestown. Good musical. I don't know how you make a Batman film. Tell Steel to slap this shit on there and give George Clooney bat nipples and not expect this to be something different. So hey, he is Batman. Anybody can be Batman. But hey, I don't want to leave us on that note just because personally that was a little funsy for me. So I really appreciate that. So let's give it one more shot. Get right in the flow. Soka soka. Yoshi. See kana? Yes, no capo, hotel rooms. Huh? Uno mas, uno mas, uno mas. Yes, much to you. Hold up in this hotel room. I can do things I want to. I've been climbing the walls, and I just can't get used to. Got being right next to you, not wearing half your perfume, while I'm singing your song. And I hate that you're so far away, and I just want to find myself in the middle of you, tied up in the middle of you. I hate that you're so far away. I just want to find myself in the middle of you, tied up in the middle. Touch to tell you, hold up in this hotel room. Can't do the things I want to. I've been climbing the walls, Kenny. I just can't get used to not being right next to you, not wearing half your perfume while I'm singing your song. And I hate that you're so far away, and I just want to find myself in the middle of you, tied all up in the middle of you. I hate that you're so far away. I just want to find myself in the middle of you, tied up in there. That you're so far away, and I just want to find myself in the middle of you, all tied up in the middle of you. I hate that you're so far away, and I just want to find myself in the middle of you, tied up in the middle of you. See me, ho. Yes, there you go. Bam. Let's get that lo-fi in there. Even in deep waters. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. So, hey, I will see you all in a couple of funsies. I think we got a pretty show list today. We didn't try to go too crazy. I'm more concerned about the end portion of the karaoke. So, if we're interested in that, stick around. Have fun. The jazz man is playing. and we appreciate that. Catch you all in Chotamate. And they added keyboard sounds? Wow. Are you guys trying to learn something or trying to fall asleep? Because it's true. Oh, that's because it's true. I don't know. Yes, Cerritos. It is true indeed. Iron Mouse joins Fortnite Battle Royale in cute sprite form along with 2 more Bleach characters. Wow. This is by Kinikuru Grass over at Anime News Network. Epic Games announced on Tuesday that popular VTuber Iron Mouse is joining in Fortnite Battle Royale game. However, VTuber is not appearing as a player cosmetic, but as a collectible sprite in the game's Chapter 7 Season 3 runners. Short video posted on Fortnite X, formerly Potatoes, account revealed the Iron Mouse sprite grants players when equipped. There was a boost drop rate at 9 p.m. EA Tuesday, with the regular drop rate starting at 3 a.m. Wednesday. Welcome, Mousy Heart. Jump in starting at 9 p.m. Blah blah blah. Fortnite also recently announced the 2 new Bleach collaboration players consist of Uraha and Yuichi Shiorin. Cosmetics will launch in Game Store on Friday. Fortnite previously collaborated with Bleach in December 2025 with player cosmetics based on Bleach characters. Yes, yes. Shortly after Iron Mouse release, Epic Games announced that it investigated issues where the Iron Mouse sprite was not being granted to players after extraction from a match, and that players were into empty sprite chests. Okay. And Fortnite subsequently announced the game's issues has been resolved and the Iron Mouse sprite had been reintroduced to the loot pool. Epic Games posted on Twitter, quote, "If you extract an Iron Mouse sprite and didn't receive it in your collection, we'll be granting the sprite to you in the next few days." Iron Mouse began her VTuber career in 2017. She later joined the now defunct VShojo. Oh god, I can't believe that's true. 2020 and July 2025, Iron Mouse announced her departure from VTubing agency, alleging the agency owed the Immune Deficiency Foundation over $500,000 in charitable donations raised by the VTuber. More than half of VShojo's talent secretly left the agency following Iron Mouse departure, leaning closer to VShojo. Sorry, that's history, by the way. That is legitimate history. Anyways, let's look at this thing, Majiggy, because I think Twitter's stupid. Might not even show it. Oh, there she is. Shut the fuck up. Everything is so dumb. Fuck out of here, man. There she is. Alright, cool. Get her. She's a little ball of thing that actually feels very lore accurate to the character, I would assume. Not that I watch or care about any of her streams, but just remember at the end of the day, there's always somebody handing somebody money to sell their likeness, and vote with your wallet, right? It's like at the end of the day, like if you're a supporter of something, you're gonna be there for it. if you see that things maybe don't go like, when's the last time Holo Live played Fortnite on stream? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But again, like if you're into it, go into that. But because I got my kid, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's part of the game. So it's interesting. Obviously, we've already saw that the other Hololive girl, Soju, joined the group. But it's interesting that they're now going with like, oh, we don't have to actually photo scan you, because I'm pretty sure that's her shtick, right? Like she can't leave her house or whatever. So it would be kind of weird if they're like, oh yeah, she went to the like photo shooting agency or whatever in a public place. Anyways, yeah, interesting. It's just it reminds me of the Fumo dolls. And it's really interesting to see that Fortnite jumped on that like that. I think it makes sense. I'll never forget watching this one person react to the Summer Games stream, and then when those sprites popped up, they were like freaking out because she was like, "Oh, they're so cute and tiny." I was like, "Oh, okay, so this actually works for some people." And then obviously we've seen the people that, like, you know, are super like aggressive about hunting for specific sprites, so that also plays into the part. But you know what it is, man. People like flavors of the week, and this week. Iron Man joined Fortnite. Wow. Ikimashou. I see you ads. Go fudge yourself. But hey, moving on to something even less impressive. Dwayne the Johnson. Yes, sir. Mr. Johnson Dwayne reacts to negative Moana reviews after Disney's live-action remake bombs. This is by Michael Crape over at IGN. Dwayne LeRock Johnson shared his thoughts about the negative reviews for Disney's live-action Moana remake after it floundered in theaters. Black Adam actor who reprised his roles in Maui in the last months touched on some biting criticism it received around its premiere. From WWE to Fast and Furious, Johnson has decades of experience in show business. And for him, that means learning to roll with the punches too. Quote, our first 2 reviews came out, he told people. I'll never forget it. They were amazing. It was like, wow. And he said that as it, quote, sometimes happens, reviews went another way. The new Moana movie, a remake of the original, currently shows favorable ratings of 31 and 88 from audiences. IGN wasn't too impressed. The movie either, awarding it 6 out of 10 and ahead of its premiere. Quote, that's the way it goes because we're in this business, Johnson said. He continued, quote, the challenge was, okay, let's remember, though what's going to be on this opening weekend, let's remember what happens right now and the noise that happened right now, end quote. Johnson went to explain his feelings, quote, if you love it, great. If you don't, no problem. As Moana struggles to reach wide audience in theaters, as what John said meant the most to him was that the quote, the culture really stood up for him, bringing Polynesian culture up to the big screen in this way, which was, quote, why the movie was made. Is that really why the movie was made? Rock? Ego? Mountain ego rock? Quote, because of me and our kids who can now look at the big screen and go, that's us for the first time on the big screen, he said. That's us up there, how cool is that? End quote. The whole community and the whole culture showed up and they really understood. Johnson's wife, Lauren Hushin, added, quote, even if Polynesian, I think we can understand family, love, and preserve, especially as a mom having kids and watching it through their eyes. For me, it's very magical. The seemingly overwhelming positivity from online moving over results failed to translate to the revenue in theaters, so opening weekend saw it bomb at the box office with 95 million globally, the box budget 250 million. According to the Variety, last weekend, 4th in theaters accumulated just 2,600 million. Live action Moana have failed to perform on a level something like Lilo and Stitch, but it doesn't look like Disney is putting brakes on the remake pipelines. Reimagining of Tangled is currently in production, with recent set leaks showing first look at some of its cast. A lot of comments about his Maui wig. Is that it? Is that her? No, don't do this to me. I don't know if I can go on like this. What? Get the fudge out of here, man. What? Oh, cute. I mean, the cosplay is getting better. We'll just say that. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. All right. Well, that happened. Get out of here, please. That happened. Talking about The Rock. It's just an idea of like. I don't want people to get the wrong idea in terms of like me being like, oh, we want to have representation. It's not that necessarily. It's the idea that Moana is what, like less than 10 years old, and I can already presume, right, that Dwayne The Rock Johnson signed this contract where he's like, okay, I'll do it, but I need you to do this for my people or whatever, which is, again, that's fine. If you legitimately have the money and this say to be like, you know what, dog, I want to host a big family picture and you guys are gonna pay for that, that's fine. The issue comes with taking something that like holds cultural value, right, like pop culture value, and you're trying to refresh it to try to like cash grab out of it. And maybe if we really want to give La Roca the benefit of the doubt and say that he didn't do it for a profit, it definitely feels like the Disney market people did it for a profit, and that's I think the biggest like linchpin to all of this, especially coming out of Lilo and Stitch. But hey, man, what can you do? Says the Star Wars quote-unquote observer. Netflix final season of The Witcher unexpectedly pushed back to 2027. But speaking of something that nobody else cares about, Zach Koitzer over at Otaku Kicking off in 2019, the live-action path to Geralt River has been a Tangled one, adaptation of something to book series through, should I try? Andrzej Sapkowski. Book series through sharing visual sensibilities with CG Projekt's incredibly popular video games. Netflix spearheaded Witchers and Henry Cavill until now appears that the finale, originally slated for 2026, has been pushed back, creating even more distance between Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer. According to what's on Netflix, Season 5 of The Witcher has been delayed to 2027, while Netflix originally confirmed at least the later this year. Geralt's long silver-haired locks appeared to vanish from promotional spots on Netflix portals, and Dragon's Sight says their sources confirmed that the show has been pushed out of its original release window into the following year. While the streamer has not been as vocal as the series as they were during its debut, it does come with some surprises. Season 5 was filmed back-to-back when 4th released in 2025. Showrunner Lauren Shortridge described the company as pieces. Reshoots have not been confirmed either, so the additional soaking may come down to spending more time on CGI beasts in production. Netflix simply shuffling around their release schedule. Ahead of our prestige video game TV shows, fans were excited to see Cavill pick up the blade, but stirred when the actor suddenly departed. Some speculation he left over creative differences, as Cavill told The Hollywood Reporter that he was committed to 7 seasons, which honor Sapkowski's work. Cavill was replaced with the Hunger Games' Liam Hemsworth, who somehow looks even more in a wig than his predecessor. And sure enough, liberties with the source material, I wonder if it's the same wig, emerged during the season. Cavill, who only just seems to grow dorkier by every roadblock, has since moved on to Warhammer 40k. Nice. Netflix is infamous for losing interest in any programs outside of Stranger Things and Botox. I just recently found out about Botox and Stranger Things final season acting. Focused on growing subscriptions, numbers-based catering to exist audiences with many people. Programs wrapped around the second season. Witcher has grown pretty long and tooth compared to its peers now, and closely competes in far more popular adaptations rival platforms as Amazon's Fallout, Last of Us, and fans were vocal with the displeasure of Cavill's list episodes. Numbers suggest that outrage did not translate to any significant dip in viewership. Damn, yeah, because it's already there. Whew. 9 Inch Nails? I did see something about this. So, yeah. Is this the Liam guy? Yeah, it doesn't look like Cavill. So just something to remind us of what used to be. When The Witcher came out by Netflix and Henry Cavill was super excited to be part of it, he definitely wanted to respect the source material. Somewhere along the line in 2019, right, is where things started going wrong, and then Cavill dropped out, and then now we're stuck with this guy. But I mean, I've never seen The Witcher, so we'll start off with that one. But I was happy that the guy was excited about it, you know, because it just really sucks for Cavill, I think, because he is such a interesting actor, and the fact that he is very capable of filling in those roles, i.e. Superman, i.e. Witcher, but then somewhere down the line, some dumbass producer or some piece of shit asshole director fucks up the universe, and now he is technically the best part of said universes at some point, and like, it sucks because you legitimately see this guy show up with a lot of excitement and passion for the project. And again, it's what we always talk about, or what I always talk about when we're creating video games, and then they launch the video game and then they fire everybody that just created that video game. What kind of, like, you know, example does that leave behind, and do people really feel as excited to keep on doing that over and over and over and over again?
Switch phones.
Shut the fudge up. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I don't know, man. It's a bummer for the guy. I feel bad for the guy because I think he really was very capable, and I don't think anyone can really blame him for not bringing, like, a lot of enthusiasm to the table. But apparently, obviously, I know, I'm very, very well aware that it just sometimes doesn't work out. If you need any reason to, like, believe that this guy can act, then just watch Mission Impossible, the one where he's in there and he does a little weird fist pump shit. Yeah, he's pretty good in that film. So the guy can do stuff. It's just that there's no good material for him. So hey, let's move on to hopefully something a little bit more positive. Yeah, because Brandon Sanderson says the Speed Racer movie is unironically a 10 out of 10. Hell yeah. This is by Jake and Killian. Brandon Sanderson's author of Beloved Cosmic Universe has some strong opinions about the Speed Racer movie. During Sanderson's weekly podcast, he told co-host Dan Wells to often create different tier lists, and this week's theme focused on the greatest overlords of all time. Before two could even get into the ranking of any notorious movie villains, Sanderson made a bold statement about the 2008 Speed Racer movie. Quote, "The movie Speed Racer is unironically a 10 out of 10, said Sanderson quite emphatically. Quote, "This is the Wachowskis at their A game, and it was underappreciated when they came out," end quote. Blow out the fucking, where is it? Ow. I only hear facts, motherfudger. I only hear facts right now. For reference, Speed Racer movie is currently sitting at holy shit, Rotten Tomatoes, and a 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb. Despite its lower scores, IGN reviews the movie back in 2008 seems to agree with Sanderson, giving it a near perfect 9 out of 10. Here's a quick snippet of what Todd Chris thought of the film in our review. Quote, "Overall, this anime adaptation is not merely the best film it could be, it's pretty much exactly what it should be, full of exciting, brilliantly conceiving races, primary color characterizations, and an irresistible sense of fun. Loud, fast, and noise in the danger of veering out of control. Speed Racer is a masterpiece of its kind, and a definitive benchmark for film, not only as special effects extravaganza, hell yes, but as the moment when the Wachowskis, yes, the people that worked on the Matrix, created the Matrix, yes, went on to wonderkind directors to true auteurs, in the other words, a summer distraction, a similar work of art, or just a sensory overload. Speed Racer is a movie you absolutely must see." Sanderson went on to address the poor initial reception, saying, "Film, quote, the reason it did so poorly is that it was so over the top. It's just simple. It was so over the top, and it's just simple. It's not a complicated moral system. It's a cartoon made live action, but it's fantastic." Yep. While Speed Racer movie grossed measly $94 million in the box office in 2008, it had a chance at new life recently thanks to physical media release. Film received a limited edition 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. Damn, I missed out on that one. Earlier this year, alongside additional theatrical screenings, I did see that in IMAX. Fans supported the new release in droves. Steelbook has long since sold out, but you can still buy the 4K film on Amazon. Hell yeah. Yeah, those things go crazy, fam. Still waiting for the Odyssey one. Gee. Jacob Keane is a senior, blah blah blah. Okay. So yeah, man, I don't know, just yeah, man, I don't know. Just goes to show like how time does a number, right? And you can never really know what it's gonna do. But yes, I remember Speed Racer dropping in that year, but I remember being so young, because again, I believe this is the era where like Johnny Depp was Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So there was a split second where everything was super pastel colored and like bright and comic-y. Reference also the Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers, something like that. So by the time the Wachowski brothers decided to take on the Speed Racer like phenomenon, it took enough time to edit that by the time it released, people were already phasing into the Batman, the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan universe. So when this movie came out and it was such a contrast to what we just saw in Batman Begins, I think it turned off a lot of people from the get-go because they were too, like, it was too childish in comparison. It actually reminds me very much of how people would look at anime in the 2000s and be like, "Oh, those are kids' cartoons, right? Like those are those Chinese cartoons you kids are looking at over there." And while yes, there is, Kimba the lion and like fucking Astro Boy and like all your kids, what the fuck are we watching down there? All your kids type of shows. Oh. Obviously anime is more than just child's medium. It has and it is the power to convey a very, very serious story. And in Speed Racer, they brought all of that identity, and they really did slap that on screen. And to this day, honestly, it's one of the most inspired directions because it is definitely trying to like pull directly from the anime, and again to its own determinant in the year of 2028, because with that technology it was still unacceptable for the human mind to be like, oh yeah, we could totally watch like an anime but with real people. And now Now that's all we want. With the superheroes and all that stuff, right? So yeah, it always kind of amazes me. I never actually got to see it in 2008 because I was a young little potato. Pretty sure it was still before my middle school days, where we would jump on the public bus transit and we would go from school to the movie theater. And yeah, that was a good time. So again, just taking a note, because 2028 is the year that they stop selling PlayStation discs, whatever. But that's also 20 years from Speed Racer. So 20 years away from when you came out, you just never know how the universe might change and how your specific impact might change. But it's too early for philosophy, kinda. Moving on. Another beautiful movie that I genuinely enjoy. Gasai, best girl. Obsession star Indy Navarrete has been offered video game roles. Quote, loves Shrek. This is by Eddie Makuch over at GameSpot.com. Indy Navarrete reached on a new level of fame this year after starring in Carrie Baker's horror movie Obsession. She's also a big fan of video games. Nice. She's now revealed that she's been offered roles in games and that she loves Shrek. Shrek is love. Quote, yes, and I'm starting my journey with that soon, she told Variety. And when asked if any studios have come calling to ask her to be in a video game, quote, I want to try something smaller to test the waters, and then later, different. Video games are obviously a big interest of mine. Damn, she's awesome. She's a big fan of Resident Evil, sheesh, adding that she would die inside if she got the chance to have a role in one of the games someday. Navarrete did not name the companies that have pitched her on what games she could appear in. That is a strong call-out, woman. I actually am impressed. Also, in the interview, Navarrete talked about some of their earliest memories with video games, but also it's the movie that's coming out by Sony right now, so... Anyways, Shrek is love. Also in the interview, Navarrete talked about some of her earliest memories with video games, and her comments are highly relatable. She said one of her favorites from yesteryear was a Shrek game for PS2, Shrek Super Party. In particular, she said she was a fan of the characters' big heads in the game. Right, caught up with Navarrete again after the story was religiously published and gifted her a copy of Shrek Super Party. Nice. She originally had said it was difficult to find a physical copy of the old game. Oh! And you can see in the video below how excited she was to be gifted a copy of the game. You fucking see, Sony? This is what we're talking about! Oh, fuck you guys. She's literally giving us a serious reason as to why video game preservation is fucking important, invaluable, my dude. Alright. How excited she was to be gifted a copy. Variety's Tina. Alright, we'll get there. Tirina did a surprising internet with a copy of Shrek Super Party, and she revealed the first video it was the first video game she ever played. Quote, now I'm just going places and people are giving me games. Now that they went on to say the Call of Duty is another favorite gaming series of hers, she's mentioned that she's before Activision obviously took note, hiring her to appear on Call of Duty Modern Warfare panel in July. Wait, what? She mentioned this before, and Activision took note, hiring her to appear on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 panel in July. Navarrete, who is a gamer who, like any reasonable person, watched Henry Cavill videos to help her build her gaming PC. It all makes sense, guys. Henry Cavill taught her how to build a gaming PC. She also formerly hosted Twitch streams for Call of Duty. Wow, I did not know that. Obsession, meanwhile, has made on a reported 75,000 budget and has earned more than 470 million worldwide. Cool. Making it a huge success. Prior to Obsession, Navarrete starred in Netflix 13 Reasons Why. Wow. Wowzers indeed. What do we have? Audio?
Hey everyone, welcome to Varieties Up Next. I'm Tiana and my guest.
Try to skip in there real quick.
Nikki!
I just want to see her get her video game. So she's single-handedly... you motherfuckers. Sorry. She got handed a video game? Oh, fuck. Because I can't find it. Is that it? No.
I'm so curious which one it was. We have to do it.
What?
I am not as PR trained as people like to think that I am.
Anyways. Alright, cool. So if you needed any reason to like hype up the
It says, you know, it's never you one guy. I do have one cat.
to hype up video game preservation, there you go. There's your sponsored speech of the day. If you want to make your girl smile once in a while, then you better show up with one of her favorite video game history, like her all-time. I don't know, get her Hamtar or some shit. Game Boy Advance. All right, moving on. Unless Mr. D-Rump himself has something to say about it. Because D-Rump's new e-waste policy has vintage text collectors anxious they'll be caught in the crossfire. This is by Zach Coates over at Otaku. In the deepest nightmare of many distinguished dorks, they finally sourced that rare elusive vintage dream item. They've secured the order. It flies halfway around the globe, only to be intercepted, even annihilated by someone at the border. It's a terror made real a few times in the past, but now collectors are concerned. The frequency is about to accelerate as D-Rump's administration's new e-waste policies goes into effect. PSA, CRTs, and other e-waste can no longer be exported from the US due to a recent law, and even imports are being caught in a net, posted hobbyist Tech Knight. Quote, no more CRTs from Japan or elsewhere, do so at your own peril. What the fuck? CRTs are another e-waste no longer can be exported to USA due to a recent law, and even imports being caught in a net. No more CRTs from Japan or elsewhere, do so at your own peril. IMBT CRT from Bayou destroyed by customs. In the post, Tech Knight alludes a screen cap of delivery tracker where a vintage television from Illinois was intercepted on its way to Australia. Worst of all, according to the order, the hardware was, quote, liquidated. While mistaken about imports entering America, the tension isn't without precedent. Last month, Donald D. Rump signed a new order to restrict shipping and export of e-waste in attempts to limit China's influence on rare minerals. One of the key points was a contention in the White House trade war is Chinese access to resources like tungsten and lithium. I should have sang Nirvana. While the commonplace in consumer electronics American facilitates have been able to meet increased demand in recycled used smartphones and old hardware, it's long become common practice to export e-waste overseas to fill someone else's landfill. Now that Trump is at the copper stripping portion of the trade war, copper stripping, I understand what that means. He's hoping to keep these old gizmos from crossing the border to be processed at home. Yep. Of course, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Caught in the crossfire of this e-waste crusade are vintage computers and home entertainment. As access to software and the medium becomes more tenuous in a world without hard copies. Eesh. Enthusiasts are retreating to secondhand texts like retro games, DVDs, and the humming CRTs, with which to play them on. Since Trump's latest orders, our collectors are sending out warning flares that items need to be shipped out on the states. Could be mulch. This isn't going to stop CRTs. There's going to be a point where I ordered the last surviving copy of an anime or VHS that some underpaid customs worker is going to throw into a wood chipper. This is exactly what I was worried about. We're not just stopping at TVs, dude. This is big. Quote, this isn't going to stop at CRTs, posted a YouTuber and anime historian Kenny Lauderdale. Quote, there's going to be a point where I ordered the last surviving copy of an anime on VHS and some underpaid custom worker is going to throw it into wood chipper. VHS, VHR. Sorry, Gramps, that's e-waste. Don't worry, though, we threw away the last copy of the Jammer Lamy arcade machine you've tried shipping by freight along with all those arcade boards you know, because it's e-waste. Fans are concerned that custom agents aren't exactly going to be extracting a lot of discipline with confiscating bins and old cables and floppy disks. The order should only apply to goods existing in the country, but it adds an already anxious trend. Just last March, one of its rarest video games on the planet, Tsukihime Trial Edition, was shredded by American Customs en route to its buyer. Oh, that's right, that did happen. We talked about that, bro. And they're right, it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop at fucking TVs, man. Got subpoenaed? What the fuck? Okay, now we know he's not cool. Oh wait, no, that means he has to go talk. Never mind. He's against the D-Rump. Yeah, man. There's not much to say about it, right? It's not a good sign. This is no bueno. This is legitimately no bueno, because not only are they stopping imports from outside the borders, they're starting to look into what you're ordering, and they're gonna build a profile, man. They already have a profile. They have a profile on me. I'm dead ass. I'm not fucking joking. So it's like, how far is this gonna go? We talked last week about how they're using those flock cameras to find women who are getting contrabands or getting interceptions, IUDs, and like, you know, say what you want to say about the thing, but like, to stalk someone and to get into their business, that shouldn't be allowed. The government shouldn't fucking be allowed to, like, especially fine someone for doing stuff like that. It's crazy out there right now, and with technology and now with this fucking boomer in the office, like, quote unquote, learning technology and what it can actually do. It's disgusting, man. They want to make more AI fucking server rooms, data rooms, so they can have more control. But Jesus, dude, it's rough out there, man. Let's just keep on going now, because it's true. All of 2027's RAM could already be gone as major manufacturers sell out. This is by Danny Bontuyos at GameSpot.com. If you thought PC component prices were bad this year, then 2027 might be even worse for your wallet. According to a news report, 3 of the biggest manufacturers of PC memory, Samsung and Micron, already sold out of crucial components as AI companies continue to consume all the available stack. DigiTime says that DRAM and HBM production for next year has sold out, and the big 3 have no plans to manufacture additional memory. What's happened here is that demand has exceeded supply. While the companies continue to create, corporations are scaling up their data centers, there's a limit to how much they can produce in any given year. Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron also have honored previous commitments, as companies typically sign deals months in advance to secure enough hardware from the respective production pipelines. What does that mean for the average consumer? Expect the component supply for PC, laptops, and other smart devices to shrink even more in 2027. As a result, prices to further increase. Microsoft had already warned off a few months when it announced new Xbox hikes, saying that even more price decreases could be on the cards. Quote, fortunately, console storage and memory prices have increased more than 2.5 times, and we expect another doubling to fall by 2027. Company said in a statement in June. Technology has been increasingly expensive over the last few years, with consoles being hit particularly hard. Series X and PS5 consoles are now more expensive in 2026 than they were when they launched in 2020. Console prices typically go down over time, and Switch 2 is also going to cost $50 more starting in September. On top of that, portable gaming PCs have also drastically increased in price, painting a portable gaming PCs. Oh, okay. A worrying picture of how much the barrier to entry will be for the next generation of gamers. It's bad. We talked about it. Right? We've said of, like, you know, resources, RAMs, everybody wanted to cash in, and then obviously bumping up prices, and then on top of that, like, any scalpers in the universe still bumping up prices even more, inspiring, you know, these people to be even more potato. It's the end of the world. Legitimately. They've decided to stop printing discs in 2018. Everything is being upsold up the ass, and we have a legitimate government who is working against its people. And that is not hyperbole, and it's really you know, it's really concerning, to be quite frank. But it could be a lot worse. Because an extended look at GTA 6 is coming to Netflix later this month. God dang it. It's by Chris Scullion over at the Video Games Chronicle. Rockstar has announced GTA 6 and extended look premieres on Netflix August 27th, 12 PST and 3 p.m. ET, blah blah blah. It will also launch on Rockstar Games' YouTube channel and GTA 6 website 6 hours later at 6 PT. Neither Rockstar nor Netflix has given any more information on the presentation or how long it would last. Quote, see an extended look at GTA 6 evolution of the groundbreaking series. Netflix official description reads, quote, GTA reveals the become cultural moments of their own right. So now they're gonna cash in on that cultural moment. Wow. A Netflix VP of non-fiction series, Brandon Riggs, said in a statement, quote, the anticipation and fandom around GTA 6 is unprecedented. And we're honored that Rockstar Games has partnered with us to debut the next part of the GTA story with Netflix members first. Quote, it's a reflection of what we hope Netflix is becoming, a place where the most ambitious storytelling from any medium can find the biggest possible audience. What? That's called YouTube, motherfucker. They don't charge. They just waste your time with fucking ads. Today, well, to be frank, we said we wanted YouTube to implode, so this is kind of that happening. Today, Rockstar has released 2 trailers for Grand Theft Auto 6, one in December, one in May, but has yet to show any actual gameplay. Pre-orders for the highly anticipated game start in June. Rockstar confirming it wasn't a physical version of the game will launch in November. It will include a disc and instead be shipped as a code in box. Standard edition of GTA 6 will retail for 80 USD, and the Ultimate will retail for 100. Players who purchase the standard version of GTA will be able to upgrade to Ultimate Edition at any time. Synopsis reads: Vice City, USA. Jason and Luca have always known the deck is stacked against them, but they want an easy score. But when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves in the darkest side of sunniest place in America, in the middle of conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida. Leonida, yeah. Forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So it's a love story. So it's a romance. End quote. Well, what opinions, thoughts? it's even for me, this is kind of left field, right? We've seen Netflix try to add mini games, like games on that service, and you might be asking yourself who's actually playing games streaming through Netflix, but I guess it's enough that they have been able to score a deal with Rockstar Games. And that's something else in its entirety, because depending on what you want to think, right? GTA 6 it has to be. Like, the idea of GTA 6 is more grandiose than what we know of it. It's like Schrodinger's cat, right? We know it exists, but we have no idea what it is or what it even looks like in terms of how it runs, what the system mechanics are different, how does it differ from GTA 5, right? And they're right, it is a cultural moment. But again, now we're at a point where someone is giving someone money to present this behind closed doors. And again, you can perceive that in any matter of ways. For one angle, you could say that perhaps Netflix is now footing the bill for, I don't know, like 1/10 of what GTA cost. In a beautiful utopian universe, that would mean the game would be cheaper for the consumers. Not necessarily cheaper for the consumers. But then we go back to the point that there is no physical disc. So where is that extra money going? And to who is it going? And why is it being spent? And right? That's where we're at. And at the end of the day, however you want to look into it, however you want to feel about it, now that this exists, now that Netflix has quote unquote the power to present your Summer Games Fest directly streamed through Netflix, what kind of message does that give to all the other developers? Ubisoft, PlayStation, Microsoft. Is this now going to be part of the budget? Is now realistically more of the funding for creation of video game art being funneled into the presentation of, oh, look at our new game? Realistically. And who made that call? So it's there. It's been announced. It exists. It is Schrodinger's cat. We have opened the box. This is our universe as it is. What happens next? Even I don't know. That's a lie. I already thought about it. But let's focus on another sellout. Pokemon Company International faces lawsuit because former executive allegedly hid cameras in bathrooms. Yabaina. Is by Alex Mateo over at Anime News Network. Yes. A woman under the anonymous name of Jane Doe, yes, from Zenless Zone Zero, had sued the Pokemon Company International, claiming that its former engineering director Ben Tsai has has allegedly hidden cameras in various public bathrooms, including one in the company's U.S. office in Bellevue, Washington. The class action lawsuit alleges that 45-year-old Tsai violated Washington's anti-discrimination law by secretly recording women and children, and accuses him of recording with the purpose of distribution. Whoa. It also alleges that TCPI has a negligent in training in Tsai and making efforts to control his actions to protect the plaintiff. That's kind of disastrous, bro. That's diabolical. Tsai, who has not been with since January, has reportedly charged with first-degree voyeurism in January after allegedly hiding a video camera in Starbucks bathroom in Kirkland, followed by more charges of dealing and possessing sexually explicit depictions of minors. Charges indicate that he also had recorded videos using hidden cameras in bathrooms and a Safeway store of his own home. In addition, the Kirkland Police Department had discovered that he had hundreds of videos with adult nudity and child sexual abuse material. The lawsuit seeks to represent to all women and girls who have used the bathroom at the Pokemon Company's International Bellevue office throughout 2017 through July 25th, 2026. Jesus, almost 10 years, 9 years, dude, what the fudge? Tsai's attorney Brad Shee has stated, my client has entered and will enter pleas of not guilty to all charges. TCPI manages the Pokemon franchise brand management, license, marketing, and trading card game, the anime home entertainment, and the official website outside of Asia. In February, the company entered into an agreement to acquire distributor and category manager Excel Brands, largest United States distributor of Pokemon trading card game. TCPI acquired the printing company Millennium Print Group in April 2022. Pokemon Company International became the publisher and distributor of TCG in 2023. So let me get this straight. The motherfudgers that print the trading card games, you know, the thing that everyone's been fucking bitching and fighting over, has been recording minors and women for over a decade. I'm just gonna say a decade. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. And that's not even mentioning the orange orangutan in the Oval Office, because he's a fucking potato too. So, but that's not all they do, because the U.S. government's Mario, Pokemon, and Naruto meme posting could damage these franchises. Japanese officials warn it's inappropriate. Japanese officials, this is Variety Townsend over at IGN. Japanese official has repeatedly requested that the U.S. government stop its meme posting involving characters and franchises such as Mario, Pokemon, and Naruto. Since March, the Japanese government has repeatedly called out the U.S. regarding the authorized use of anime and games IP in Trump's administration social media posts. These moves have been driven by part of backlash and petitions by Japanese fans, which have drawn more attention to the issue. Official U.S. government social media accounts, including the White House's Twitter account, have posted various memes and videos using characters from popular Japanese anime games over the past year. Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has repeatedly called out the U.S. government to cease uploading such posts, stating it's inappropriate, quote, it's inappropriate even for public institutions to produce copyright materials without the rights holders' consent. End quote. This concern was voiced by Minister of Foreign Affairs Toshimitsu Motegi in a parliamentary session back in April, when he made a direct reference to a pro-war video that used Nintendo's Wii Sports. However, according to a report by Mainichi Shimbun this week, the Japanese ministry called on the Trump administration to stop using IPs like Naruto, Pokemon, and Mario at least twice this June. Through the U.S. Embassy in Japan, Japan requested that the U.S. administration take into account the potential damage to these IPs when used without permission in U.S. policy and pro-war related content. The D-Rump administration's use of copyright IPs and memes and videos has sparked controversy and backlash several times over the past year. Back in September 2025, the Department of Homeland Security posted a mashup of Pokemon Hero, Ash Ketchum, and Ice Raid footage said to use Pokemon's theme song. This prompted Pokemon fans to call on the company to sue the U.S. government and eventually resulted in an official response from Pokemon Company denying that permission was sought. In March, its official White House Twitter account posted a clip containing Wii Sports footage intercepted with what appears to be military footage from the U.S. Operations Epic Football. Epic fucking bitch. Sorry. Airstrikes in Iran. Shortly after, the account posted another pro-war video featuring clips from various well-known movies and franchises including Halo, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball, Top Gun, Iron Man, and Braveheart. Again, juxtaposed with military footage. Pokemon Company U.S. official account and Master Chief voice actor Steve Downs are among those who have made statements calling out the U.S. social media for using copyrighted content without consent. It's, like a fucking predator. And it's just that the Japanese government and the related parties who have spoken out against these posts have also sparked backlash from Japanese fans. Notably, self-proclaimed manga and anime Nana Suzuki kicked off the Protect Japanese Manga petition on Change.org, which has received international news coverage from the New York Times, BBC, and others. Organizer claims to have submitted the petition to the Japanese Cabinet Office back in March, as well as alerting Japanese politicians that the U.S. government unauthorized the use of Japanese IPs, potentially drawing much official attention to the issue. Renewed backlash was triggered in June when President D-Rump shared an AI-generated video depicting himself as Naruto, the protagonist of popular manga and anime in the same name, on Truth Social. That prompted the petition organizers to open the petition as an urgent effort to convey our protest and concern regarding the matter to the rights holders of its work in solidarity with the lobby of the Japanese government. End quote. Naruto Crip also prompted renewed discussion of this issue in Japan's media and government, as reported to the Hokkaido Shimbun and others. Cabinet Minister Kim Onoda was asked about it in a June 12th press conference. She emphasized that, quote, obtaining permission for copyright holders is under the principle law for fair use, and stated that this petition had been conveyed to the U.S. government multiple times throughout diplomatic channels. Back in 2025, the D-Rump administration spokesperson Abigail Jackson described the government's meme-packed social media strategy as highly effective to the New York Times and others. Though engaging, quote, through engaging posts and banger memes, we are successfully communicating the president's extremely popular agenda, said Jackson. Quote, there's a reason why so many people try to copy our style. Our message resonates, end quote. Just one big fucking circus. Well, there's not much to say here, except, Let me step back for a second. Let me take a sip of water. So yesterday, one goes out to go watch Spider-Man Brand New Day in IMAX. Because, Odyssey had taken over IMAX, and now officially this weekend, it's officially in IMAX. And naturally, the place is showing IMAX filmings, right? I had to go out of my way to go find a specific location and a specific AMC. And in this AMC, just lifting the veil for 2 seconds. In this AMC area, the area itself, neighborhood, is very white oriented. I'd imagine some white folks walking around, going around. It's a quote unquote fairly impressive AMC. Alright? And in the restroom, I vaguely remember, I'm not gonna accuse anybody of anything, but I vaguely remember closing the bathroom stall, taking a leak, and hearing a group of said privileged folks who I can only assume were there to watch Spider-Man, because that's what everyone's been doing this whole weekend. And somewhere along the lines of like, oh, blah 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 blah, I don't give a fuck about the Odyssey, like being above the Odyssey's quote unquote wokeness or whatever, right? And again, like, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, right? I'm not that type of guy, nor do I give a shit. But it definitely felt like there was a split cute second moment where their joke was that they were above some sort of pop culture or some sort of moment by saying that as it was like a funny joke, right? And then someone in the back goes like, what? And then the third white kid goes like, oh, it's just funny to hear you say that. I just say that to hear you say that. It's funny to hear you say that. And naturally, I go, that's not what your mom said last night. He goes, what? I'm like, it's just funny to hear you say that. So, and then they proceeded to go watch Spider-Man. So my take of the situation, right, being that you could still like the same thing. You could go to your AMC movie theater, you can watch Spider-Man, and 3 seats behind you, there could be a person who finds, I don't know, inequality as a joke, watching and enjoying the same Spider-Man film you are. So the question becomes, what message, what moral do they receive from that same character that you're watching? And that's just human reality. So there is, when something becomes mainstream, when it gets so good, people flock to it. They're like, oh, I need to be part of the situation. I want to be part of it. I want to be so cool. I'm gonna tout that I am an anime fan 10 years after the fact that anime fans were considered the fucking nerdiest and were ridiculed as like people that don't shower and looked at as children. 10 years ago, people thought we were looking at Chinese what are them Chinese cartoons, boy? And fucking now you're looking at Attack on Titan, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna fucking get a live action Akira very, very soon. And yet, everything that you've learned, everything you've experienced, everything that I've learned from said stories, from said shows, from presented characters that faced obstacles that no American mind could fathom. The stories that I've learned, the lessons I've received, all of that, to think that it could just be wasted on such a simple mind that goes, oh, Goku's really strong and he punches hard. He must be the best thing ever. When he can't even take care of his son. But regardless, that is the situation we live in. Sometimes it really does feel like one is an alien. Lilo and Stitch really hit. And to walk the earth and to understand just how alone you can be in your own understanding of what the universe is, sometimes that is a journey. That is a journey. So let's wrap up with something super serial, please. Cause a Texan man who can't access his motherfudging anime now facing prison, allegedly threatening local officials. That's by John Walker over at Kotaku. Joseph Roy Osman is aligned to have been a touch upset when he discovered he could no longer access his favorite anime. The Texas man was reported so incensed that he called the state's governor's office and left a curse-riddled phone message in which he claimed and threatened to, quote, fucking stave every goddamn one of your bitches, and that has been seen to get him hauled up on terrorism charges. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, a cell phone registered to Osman called the governor's office on July 25th, leaving an unhinged threatening complaint, to which TPS agents described designed to put, quote, in fear of some serious injury, in an attempt to force, quote, the executive branch and state government to change legislation. But more simply, alleged. I'm having fun too. Imagine included threat of murder a bunch of people. Forcibly scared the employee who first received it and reported to the authorities, telling them, "quote He was in fear not only for his life but also for his co-workers." End quote. Here's the message quoted by TPS in full, even though it's not a funny material. I don't know which one of you sons of bitch. Here we go. I don't know which one of you sons of bitch passed this motherfucking barrel to get this damn shit blocking my motherfucking name, man. But you whole ass motherfuckers need to own past this shit. Y'all fucking ridiculous with your bitch asses. My Google can't say I'm fucking over the age of 18 and your dumb ass passing your dumb law. I'll fucking say every goddamn one of your bitches. Unblock my fucking name, man. Here, boy. It's not entirely clearly what stopped Travis County resident Osmond from watching this, quote, motherfucking anime. But the local news and KXN reports that major anime streamers like Crunchyroll and Yomi are regained legal in state. However, the outlet points that Texas does have age revoking law in place for accessing adult websites and specific apps, leading to some sites simply blocking the Texas area. It's possible that the specific anime was meant was after might not sort of, though Sony includes on Crunchyroll may be something with tentacles. However, the controversial age revocation laws have been in place in Texas since 2023, so it would seem odd that it had taken 3 years for the furious man to notice he lost access to his favorite cartoons. Cartoon boy! And that law is back in the news this week following the Pornhub's recent attempts to have it overturned, given how utterly ineffective such legislation is all around the world, and how farcical it is to try and limit access in one particular area in the United States. Anyone who cares can just use a VPN, declare they live in the neighboring area, and crack on. Cakesan says that Oxman is convicted and you can get as much as 10 years in prison and a fine up to 10,000. At which he would really have some dumb shit blocking his At which point he would really have some damn shit blocking his motherfucking anime. Huh. Alright. Well, yeah, that is the universe that we live in. If you ever thought Texas was a fun place to be, right? Everything's bigger in Texas. But it's very true. I mean, what else do you want to say, man? The government is slowly like tightening the noose around every American. It is providing cameras. It is using flock cameras to predict crimes at a certain point, to track your path, to predict your most visited locations. Yes, that includes my favorite locations. And it's just everything that we've tried to quote unquote veer away from in sci-fi, right? All the negative shit, all the Shinra shit, all the fucking everything. It's happening. That's what I'm talking about. Some fucking asshole watched Blade Runner. Some fucking piece of shit watched Space Odyssey. Some fucking dumbass watched our Naruto anime and they thought, yeah, I want to be that asshole. I want to be that piece of shit. And they were in the same room watching the same movie that we were. That right there is what gets me the most. The fact that I feel like an alien because my thought process is very creative, let's put it that way. But the baseline is so much more lower. So, the best I can do is say hello and move on with my day. Oh man, getting close. Have some fun. So yeah, completely butchered yesterday's Batman review. I got super into it. I did the whole thing. I fucking behind the scenes shit, right? I never script anything. That's just not who I am. So when I completely laid out all that information, it legitimately was like a love letter to Batman, a vocal love letter to Batman. I even gave a short story of a psychology class that I took in high school, and none of that was saved. And by the time I tried at least to kind of give it a second go, just because I really wanted to put something out there, you could just tell that all of the emotion I had, that I felt, that I gave to this universe had been dissipated, and that is the resulting result. And I left it up there because I just needed it to exist, because maybe one day I'll get enough motivation to watch just how disappointed that moment was. But hey, you get used to it. We got this. So much to tell you. Oh yeah. That I can make you stay, but where's your heart? But where's your heart? But where's your heart? I know there's nothing I can say to change that part, to change that part, to change. Can you say my lights I cast a shadow? But can I speak? Well, it's so understanding. I'm incomplete. A life that's so demanding. I get so weak. My love that's so demanding. I can't speak. I am not afraid to keep on living. I'm not afraid to walk this world out. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going on. Can you say my eyes are shining bright? 'Cause I'm here on the other side of a jet black hotel mirror, and I'm so weak within the understanding. I'm incomplete. A love that's so demanding. I can't wait. I am not afraid to keep on living. I'm not afraid to got this world on. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going. But living, I'm not afraid to walk this world on. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiven. You can stay, can stop me going. These bright lights are always blinding to me. These bright lights are always blinding to me. I say, I see you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. See you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. I see you with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. Stop me going home. Said the kid, though. Got him. I think that's how that goes. We're gonna get really, 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 really creative. Okay, no cable. I'm just gonna go with the flow. This is one of those no cable. This is one of those moments where men greater than I have formed the truth. Kyle Gass, I stand behind you, buddy. This is the greatest song, the best song in the world. Tribute. Long time ago, me and my brother Kyle here, we was hitching down a long and lonesome road. All of a sudden, now, shiny day, man, in the middle of the road, and he said, there ain't the best song in the world, or I'll eat your soul. Well, me and Kyle said, look at each other. We said, okay. And the best thing came to my head, just so happened to be the best song in the world. It was best song in the world. Look into my eyes, it's easy to see. Make one and two and make it three. It was destiny. Once every 100,000 years or so, when the top don't shine, the moon top glow. Needless to say, the beast was done. Whip cracked and swampy tail, and the beast was done. Yes, me you angels. And we said, hey, we are but man row. It's not the best song in the world. No. It's just a tribute. Oh, can I remember the great greatest song in the world, yeah, no. This is the tribute. This is the greatest song in the world. Alright. It was the greatest song in the world, alright. It was the best motherfucking song and the greatest song in the world. Ow! And the peculiar thing is, my friends, the song we sang on a fateful night didn't actually sound anything like this song. This is just a tribute, and you gotta believe it. It was right there. It was just a matter of time, and a fucking gown. Love it. Surprise fun. You can't stop me now. Fire. Ow. Alright. Something like that. You just have to believe it, bro. It was such a good review of Batman. It was such a good review. It broke me. It really did. The world may never know. Yeah, okay. This is gonna be fun because I think we're gonna go for a version that doesn't exist. But you know me, I like to be creative. Right on time さまのよりなら優しくて込めてそっと包んで Right on time 心にこうつけて溢れ喜びに広がれ Right on time 僕の輝く未来さらに立ちめてうつろな日々も全て愛にとことむなんという朝今すぐ君の音届けに行こう燃える心迷わず Right on time どこよく知り出せ何で光出せやっとなのと Alright どこに踏んで見つけてどこに魂なく降る Right on time一歩の今こそ Right on time どこか知り出せ鏡に光出せ悩む部分のほど Right on time 心に火をつけて飛ぶに立ちし Right on time. Alright on time さまよう思いになら優しく閉じ込めて顔で済んでBy the time どこらに崩れて溢れる喜びに広がれ right on timeそうかなhaha got him I like that song. I like that song a lot. But I like it even better when it's more crazier like that. So, hey. So, well, with all that being said, I feel like we've learned a lot today. US government, no bueno. Flock cameras, no bueno. Pokemon CEO, no bueno. Starting to see a pattern here, but it's how we take the information that we are being given and how we reflect that in our own universe, and that's gonna be the fun part, but that's also gonna be the hard part. So I hope what happens, I hope for where you go, it all works out, because sometimes that's the way it should be. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wonderful, awesome pleasure, and I am gonna go probably do gym stuff. We saw Spider-Man yesterday, so like I don't necessarily. Okay. There's like 2 movies that I want to watch. One of them is called Tony. It's about a chef, Chef Antoniette or whatever, Antonio. And then there's another one called Love, Death, and blah 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 in Camp Miasma, which is the same person that did the movie I Saw the TV Glow with Jaden Smith, and it was a really, really interesting practical effect film. So I was very curious what they were going to do with a slasher horror film type. But every AMC I've looked up is probably filled with The Odyssey and Spider-Man, to the point that these films came out on Thursday and I have not seen a single listing in my zone, which is generally disappointing. But yeah. Spider-Man, baby. So I guess we could figure that one out later. I really would like to do some Zenless Zone Zero. There is a lot of extra story stuff that I have to do before the time runs out, but whether there's enough energy left over to actually come through, or whether we just stream it through Twitch or whatever. By the way, check out Twitch. Not that I've realized, but I've never talked about it. I don't talk about these things. But yesterday I pretty much couldn't sleep, so I just stayed up and I played the beginning of Spider-Man 2 playthrough on PS5 Pro. No commentary. It's literally just me in the middle of the night with headphones on, the Sony headphones on, like going for it. And I feel like that's one of those, like, that's me playing. So if you're curious about that, and there's a lot of that on Twitch, I'll figure out if we do something like that for Zenless, because there's a lot of voice acting that can be done, which is what I would sure have fun doing. But in the grand scope of things, does it really warrant like a whole setup and everything if we're just gonna blast through the stuff? And I still want to share what happened, so I'd like to present that. So universe, have fun with that, and that's about it. Should probably make some breakfast. No, gym comes first. But hey, hoping you take care, hoping you have fun, and I hope you have an awesome week in the future. With all that being said, I might not. I'll look into shaving. I'll think about it. I'll consider it. I do miss it from here to there. But yes. Buenos dias. Buenos tardes. And awesome futuro. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Matane. Doing the thing. Not like this. Very controversial. Got it. Baby girl, what's happening? You and us invited. Go on, get on clapping. Gonna pop it for a player and pop it for me. Turn and drop it for a player and drop it for me. Beach house in Miami. Wake up with no jammies. Lobster tail for dinner. Julio's ass campy. Got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Say you got it if you want it. Take my wallet if you want it now. Jump in the Cadillac. Girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby. You deserve it home. And I'm gonna give it to you, 'cause you be shining so bright. Berry champagne, how nice. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Sex by the fire at night. Sheets and diamonds, oh white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Taking trips to Puerto Rico. Say the word and Rio. You can be my flica. Girl, to be la flica, mamacita. I will never be a promise that I can't keep. I promise that you'll smile, ain't gonna never leave. Dropping sands in Paris, everything's for carrots. Look in the mirror and tell me who's the fairest. Is it you? Is it me? Say it's us, and I'll agree, baby. Jump in the Cadillac, girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby, you deserve it home. And I'm gonna give it to you, 'cause you'll be shining so bright. Sperry champagne, how nice. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Sex by the fire and the diamond, oh white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. What I like. They say you want a good time. And here I am, baby. Here I am. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind. If you want it, girl, come and get it. All this is here for you. Tell me, baby, tell me, baby, what you trying to do? 'Cause you'll be strawberry champagne, oh nice. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Sex by the fire at night. Diamonds, lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Life that I like. That's what I like. Ha. I love you. Bye.